What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, not too long ago there was a discussion about which team has the worst future and has the worst trajectory in the NBA. To which, to many people's surprise, maybe to many not so surprising, the Chicago Bulls names was mentioned as a team that has the weirdest trajectory, has one of the worst futures in the league, and ultimately this has divided opinion. So, in typical YouTube fashion, I'm here to provide my opinion and what I think about the Chicago Bulls and the projection of their future. Is it as good as many people would like to think it is? Is it as bad as many people are saying it is? Or is it somewhere in the middle? Let's talk about it in this video. Before we get any further, if you enjoy the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls future at the moment? Do you think it's bleak? Do you think it's magnificent? I do want to say this quickly. To answer the question about the worst, I don't think we're the worst. I still think there's a lot to be positive about in terms of our future. For example, Matas Bazelis and his development in the NBA is something to be massively happy about, and hopefully he can take that next step. A lot of people have called him the steal of last season's draft. So how could we sit here and say we have the worst future when we arguably got one of the best players in that draft class? To me, that doesn't comprehend. Nor comprehend it. Makes no sense. Another thing to be quite excited about is the young, backcourt that we currently possess with Kobe White and Josh Giddey, assuming Josh Giddey stays here, of course, because that could be a big problem if he doesn't. But it's a young backcourt that has a lot of talent there. For different talent, but talent nonetheless. Josh Giddey being the floor general, Kobe White being the all-around scorer, being someone that could be very diverse on the offensive end. There's a backcourt there that I think a lot of people can like. Not to mention we have a little bit of salary cap salary moving into future seasons as well. And we own our own draft pick, so it's hard to say that we have the absolute worst future in the league when there are many teams that are capped out, have no chance to winning a championship, have no future because they've given up all their draft capital, and don't really have anything to look forward to. There are many teams that are in a worse position than the Chicago Bulls. But it doesn't necessarily mean we're in the best either. And I'm definitely not going to sit here and say we have the best future. There are many teams, both competing and non-competing, that have loads of draft picks that they could use to better their team for the past, for the present, and for the future. It's as simple as that. There are many teams that have much more capital, much more draft compensation, much more trade value than the Chicago Bulls currently do. And of course, we've talked about this in the past, the Bulls have led to much confusion about what they're trying to do. So how can we sit here and assess the future if all of us are confused about what the Chicago Bulls are trying to do? Compete now, but they draft project players. That is confusion. We are going to win now, but we are on the verge of trying to trade Nikola Vucevic. Confusion. We're trying to win now, but Kobe and Ayo are in constant trade talks throughout the free agency period. Confusion. Very big confusion. We're trying to win now, yet we're bartering over money for Josh Giddey. Confusion. Maybe not, maybe it is, but who knows at this point? So confusion, in my opinion, is frustrating. It's difficult to comprehend, it's difficult to understand, and it's very difficult to accept. But in no way, shape, or form does that mean we have the worst future in the league. We could potentially trade Kobe or Ayo for very big draft capital. They have draft capital attached to their name, I'm sure of it. And that could definitely help boost that future if you're going to go down the tanking routes. If you can find a way to re-sign Josh Giddey on team-friendly money, in which both the player and the team are both happy with that, you have a lot more financial flexibility to make moves, to make big moves, free agency moves, veterans or young players alike. How is that bad future? I honestly don't see it. I don't see it. I think what you mean by bad future is that you believe that the Bulls don't have the right front office to make the decisions to better our future. And look, maybe that is correct. Maybe we don't have the right front office to take us into the future and to bring us winning basketball and to bring us a championship. We might not have that right front office. But at the end of the day, we can't judge decisions that have yet to be made. We can't judge decisions based on Ayo or Kobe or Giddey or Vucevic if they haven't been made yet. So until those decisions are made, that will impact whether or not our future is bleak, disastrous, disgusting, humiliating, embarrassing, or it's beautiful, mesmerizing, joyous, whatever other positive connotation you want to bring to it. I don't like the idea that people think we have the worst future. And I really think it's just based on the reputation that we have more than the actual assets and the value of the players that we have. That's what I think the answer is. The answer is obviously in the middle somewhere, but I think if people are really bringing this out of context here. I think people are really bringing this out of proportion, and they're going truly based on the reputation that we currently have. To me, that's not the right answer. It's not the right approach. We should be steering away from approaches like this. So, to sum it up, in a nice little bow, wrap it up, ship it off, my answer is we do not have the worst future in the NBA. We do not have the worst projection in the NBA. We don't have the best either. In typical Bulls fashion, we're in the middle. We're in that play-in tournament middle that we can't seem to escape from. And I think that's where we're going to stay. It's not the worst, it's not the best. We have draft capital, we have financial flexibility, but at the same time, we're in a confusing area. To me, that is far from the worst. There are many teams that have a much worse situation than we are. Much worse. And if things don't plan out for certain teams that have made big decisions, example here, the Orlando Magic, if they do not get anywhere near an NBA championship in the next 4 to 5 seasons, my goodness, their future is ridiculously bleak. So we shouldn't be talking about our future here. If anything, we need to be talking about our present and what we're doing in the present and how can we clear up some of that confusion. Do you guys agree? Let me know what you guys think. A lot of rambling and a lot of talking, but passion sometimes leads to discussions. And that's where I think this video has come from. The heart, the passion of the Chicago Bulls. Thank you for watching though. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.